ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम् माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम् मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत् अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
Mahopanisad, chapter 5, verse 54. We had seen so far in this earlier portion, when Manolaya takes place. Manolaya or Manonasha means the mind is not asleep. At the same time, mind is not preoccupied in its usual functions of perceiving the objects drishya outside or experiencing internal drishyas, thoughts like kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsara. No thought, no vritti whatsoever corresponding to bahya drishya or antar drishya are registered in antakarana. At the same time, antakarana is not asleep. This is what is called a state of manonasha, manolaya. Therein, Chaitanya manifests in its nature free from the attributes of adhyastha prapancha. No doubt, this Chit Spurana, manifestation of Chaitanya in its real nature, is certainly in a specific state of antakarana mind. Yet, what is cognized, what is experienced, is Chaitanya free from the attributes of upadhis. Though antakarana in the suksh samskara is there, like mirror, it is not attributing its presence or existence to the Chaitanya which is manifested there. Better we remember that Atma Jnana, Brahma Jnana is Manodharma. It is Antakarana Dharma. Because Ajnana of Atma, Brahma, is also a feature, dharma, lakshana of Antakarana. Where there is ignorance, that ignorance needs to be eliminated, ended, for which jnana vritti is necessary, which also manodharma. But this specific state of mind makes us aware of Chaitanya, free from its cognitions. This is what we can achieve in the human embodiment. Up to this point, we can go. If no antakarana, there is no question of knowledge at all. The individual is not there. So, that is what Manolaya, wherein Chit Spurana, manifestation of Chit in its true nature, is available. Now, otherwise, all that goes in the Manava is what? Jagat Brahma. So, how the Jagat Brahma, this what is called as delusion of Jagat, that is experienced with Antakarana, how it can be ended? What are its upaya, means? They are being now given. Read 54.
अकर्तृकमरङ्गं च गगने चित्रमुत्थितम् अद्रष्टृकं स्वानुभवम् अनिद्रस्वप्नदर्शनम्
55 also. Continue.
साक्षिभूते समे स्वच्छे निर्विकल्पे चिदात्मनि निरीक्षं प्रतिबिम्बन्ति जगन्ति मुकुरे यथा.
Take the first line of 55. Sakshi bhute same swachhe nirvikalpe chidatmani gagane akartrikam arangam cha chitram uttitam gagane akartrikam arangam cha, before chitram, before take this second line, adrishtrikam swanubhavam anidra sapna darshanam, then come to chitram uttitam. Sakshi bhute same swachhe nirvikalpe chidatmani gagane akartrikam arangam cha adrashtrikam swanubhavam anidra sapna darshanam chitram uttitam. Yatha, la fourth line. Yatha mukure niricham jaganti pratibimbanti. Niricham jaganti pratibimbanti. This is how the Jagat, the creation, appears to be there. Where does it appear? It appears in Chaitanya. What is the nature of Chaitanya? Sakshi Bhute, the one who makes us aware of everything without itself being aloof from it. Sakshi Bhute. Actually, Chidatmani udbhavanti. Chit Swarupa. What is the nature of Chidatma? Sakshi Bhuta, number one. Same, Sama, Avikriya, all the time same, doesn't undergo any change on account of the changes in the Adhyastha Drishya Jagat. Same, Nirvikare, Swachhe, Swachha, clear in the sense not contaminated by Adhyastha Prapancha Guna Dharma. The joys and sorrows arising in the Jagat, do not tarnish, do not contaminate, do not afflict the Chaitanya. Swache, Nirvikalpe, wherein Vikalpa, Bheda, Dvaita, the dualities are not there. One homogeneous mass of consciousness, Chaitanya. In such Chidatmani, in Atma I, whose nature is Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, Chidatmani Gagane, what you call it, in Chidakasha. Gagane, all pervasive, like the space. Further, again, what type of Jagat Chitra has born there? Adrishtrakam, which has no drashta. Adrashtakam, which has no drashta. In the sense, it is inert in nature. Swanubhavam, experienced by oneself. No drashta in the sense, no seer, no experiencer, no knower other than itself. Other than Chaitanya, there is no drashta at all. Swanubhavam, experienced by oneself, self-experiencingly available. Anidram, Anidra Sapna Darshana. That sight, that experience is what? Anidra Sapna Darshana. Wherein Nidra is not there, Sapna is not there. Nidra is not there means that non-apprehension of Swarupa is not there. Asapna means misapprehension as we experience the waking and dream or not. See, as per Gaudapada Acharya Karikas, Swapna, dream, and Jagrat, waking are considered as Swapna only because in both one feature is common. What is that? Misapprehension. Apprehending, comprehending, experiencing Chaitanya Atma other than what it is. And it is Akartraka, not painted by one. Chitra is there, painting, picture is there. Akartraka, not painted by anyone. Arangam, no colors are used there. Chitram Uthitam. The Jagat Chitra is what? How is it born? An illustration is given. Yatha, just as Mukure. Mukura means Darpana, mirror. Just as the mirror. Jagan, Niricham, Jaganti, Pratibimbanti. Jaganti, the worlds. You see, those who know a little Sanskrit may mistake it to be a verb. Jaganti, Gachanti, Jaganti, no. Jagat, Jagati, Jaganti. Nominative plural of Jagat. Jaganti, the lokas, the worlds. Jaganti. Niricham Pratibimbanti. Get reflected. How? Niricham, without any desire. You tell me, what is the purpose or desire that an object in front of mirror gets reflected in it? Niricha. It just takes it. That's why in the Dakshinamurti Sutra, Shankaracharya says, Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam. Vishwa is Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam. It is like a huge city seen in the mirror. No purpose whatsoever. It just takes place. So what does it indicate? This Jagat Chitra truly is not there. It does appear to be there, but truly it is not there at all. That is fine. See, what you say is Jagat is truly not there. As you said, one may say, yes, I accept. Jagat truly is not there. But practically is there or not? You may say, dream is what? False. But are you experiencing a dream or not? That itself is a problem. The real or other afterwards. We are suffering the dream. Like just as we are suffering in the dream, so also is suffering the samsara. You call it as what? Darpana Drishyama Nagari. But how to solve this problem of experiencing what you call so-called delusive world? The delusive world itself is experience. And that experience of delusive world itself is a big problem. Yes. If that is your problem, here is the solution. You have to take to this means. Solution means you have to work for it. Upaya is given. Abhyasa is yours. Repeated practice in putting this upa means in practice is your job. Merely knowing will not help you. Merely knowing the medicine is not going to cure the disease. You have to swallow it and make it part and parcel of your system. What happens? Disease gets cured. So this is a very, very important means. How to get rid of this delusive Jagat. Look, when we perceive the Jagat, what is our concept? Jagat consisting of innumerable nama and rupa with varieties of utilities, good, bad, indifferent, long lasting, short lasting, and we have got label for each and every one in terms of its utilities and in terms of its effect on us. Full of that. But one thing we totally forget. And that thing is such that without which Jagat is not there. And when you focus your attention on that thing, Jagat disappears. Now the Jagat is harassing you like a phantom because your all attention is centered on Jagat to the total exclusion of its very basis without which Jagat cannot exist. Here is the means of pointing us out the inevitable basis, adhisthana of the Jagat. If you withdraw the attention from Nama Rupa to this basis adhisthana, your problem of delusive Jagat haunting you gets resolved. Read.
एकं ब्रह्म चिदाकाशं सर्वात्मकमखण्डितम् इति भावय यत्नेन चेतश्चाञ्चल्य शान्तये.
Many of these verses appear in Yoga Vasishtha also. But origin is from this Upanishads. Chetaha chanchalya shantaye ekam brahma chidakasham sarvatmakam akhanditam iti yatnena bhavaya. Your problem is the Jagat is harassing you. Is it not? Shift your attention to Chaitanya, which is the very reality of the Jagat. Chetaha chanchalya shantaye. Shantaye, to pacify, to quieten the chanchalya, the fickleness, the wandering of the mind in terms of this and that drishya. From this drishya, Namarupa, to that Namarupa. Incessantly wandering. The Cheta Chanchalya, that's what the samsara problem. Shantaye, see what is that? Yatnena bhavaya, with conscious, deliberate, industrious efforts, meditate on the very basis of the Jagat. Bhavaya, meditate upon. Of what? Ekam Brahma, the non-dual Brahma. Where is it? What is it? Chidakasham, the Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. Chidakasham. Where to find out? Where do I have to go? Are we to go to Kailas Manas Sarovar? Many are feeling bad, that government of India within 1 year or so, 1.5 years or so, is completing the road to Kailas Manas Sarovar. Earlier, we had to go through Nepal or China. Here directly, of course, last lap of 10 kilometers in the area of China possible. And so it will be so easy and good road. With a short time, you can go. I think expense also will be less. But many are so sorry about it because their age has advanced, which will disqualify them. No. Altitude is there, rarity of oxygen is there, aged people will not be able to tolerate it. Now think of it. So, where to find out? The Chaitanya. If it were at Kailasa and Manasarovar, you have to wait for next birth. That also the prayer. No, 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 you need not go somewhere. What? Sarvatmakam, Sarvaswarupa, the very content, the very real nature of anything and everything is this Chaitanya. When you say the entity is, when you say an entity is not, the Chaitanya because of which you are aware that entity is, the Chaitanya that you are aware that entity is not, is this Chidakash. Can you miss it? 24/7, our all experiences are centered in this Chaitanya. Just as all Nama Rupas, names and forms of golden ornaments are centered in gold. All the sweetmeats made up of sugar, having different forms, are centered in sugar. Likewise, we as an individual undergoing specific types of experience all lifelong, 24/7 without even an infinitesimal, what is that? Fraction of a second is what? Centered where in Chaitanya. Can you get away from the Chaitanya? Sarvatmakam. And how? It is akhanditam, advayam. Can we miss it? No. And yet we miss it. How do you say we miss it? Proof. I have got proof. What is that? You are studying Mahopanisad. Had you discovered this Chaitanya as your Swarupa, you would not have bothered about this Upanishad. Any Upanishad, any Vedanta also. There was a joke, I don't know, real or joke at the same time. You know that old story. Saddam Hussein was there. Which country it is? Iraq, Saddam Hussein. And the US was after it. With some reason or other, they wanted to destroy that because they wanted that oil fields. Something, some excuse to be given. And I think at that time, Bush was the president. And the accusation is that he has got biological weapon. He has got, we don't, I don't know what is the truth, that's why. But somebody said, is that true or a joke, we don't know. America is so confident that Saddam has got biological because it says that they have got the receipt. Receipt what? Of having received the biological weapon from whom? America. Yes, who sent their biological weapon? America. There was a receipt. Like that. I don't know what the story is, but this joke was there. We have got the receipt that he has received the biological weapons sent by us, but now say he has got it. Like this, here. In and through our experiences, the Chaitanya that is there, to whatever extent you deny, that very denial is on account of Chaitanya Swarupa you. Akhanditam, Sarvatmakam, is the basis of everything without which nothing can exist. See, anything you say is, that isness because of the Chaitanya. Anything you say is not, you are aware is not, and that is not also because of Chaitanya. Therefore, it is Advayam, non-dual. Can I miss it? No. And yet, we are so great that we ever miss it. What is the reason? Mind is preoccupied in the Nama Rupa Jagat and not its basis Chaitanya. Why the mind is preoccupied in the Nama Rupa Jagat? Because the mind expects happiness from Nama Rupa. Does it get it? It can't get it because that happiness is not there in the Nama Rupa Jagat. It's the very basis in Chaitanya. So what should be done? The mind, now see, you should know the why. The mind needs to be educated. Educated in terms of what? Viveka, that inert Nama Rupatma Jagat cannot have happiness content. Happiness is the very nature of Chaitanya. So this Viveka, and as a consequence of this, no more running after Nama Rupatmaka Jagat, called as what? Vairagya. Have you understood now the role of Vairagya, which everyone detests, even having come to Vedanta? What does it indicate? No Shraddha. No Shraddha in what Shastra says. No Shraddha in Upanishadic statement. Upanishadic statements are from Vedas. Vedas are from Ishvara. No Shraddha in Ishvara Ukti. We have got all devotion for Ishvara. Of what use the devotion? If you don't accept and honor what is told by Ishvara, and that was in your own good, not for his sake, that Shraddha is no Shraddha. See, from this standpoint, Bhagavan says in Krishna Bhagavad Gita, Shraddhavan labhati jnanam samshayatma vinashyati. We have got complacence. वो तो ठीक है, then what? Our good old habit continue. See, the pitiable state, by some purva sukrita, by some past punya, having come to the threshold of Vedanta, having studied the Upanishads, having studied Bhagavad Gita, for want of Vairagya, just what? Make entire efforts fruitless. Some satisfaction, some joy is derived in exposing, listening to Vedanta. But the real result, the promise of Paramananda Anubhava is what? Not there. Why? Lack of Vairagya. See, this is what, in this context, Shankaracharya in Bhajagovinda says, Pashyannapi cha na pashyati mudha, mudha, mudha. Pashyannapi cha na pashyati. He has recognized, he has come to know the greatness of Vedanta, and yet na pashyati. He knows not what the truth is because vairagya is left. See, this is what happened. We have got great devotion in the Mahatmas, but we don't take seriously their words because that inner pull towards Vishaya, sense objects, sense pleasures, is so powerful that in spite of knowing it, one doesn't have that strength to withdraw from them. So that is how it is. So, know for certain, if the Jagat is, experience of Jagat is creating disturbance in your mind, focus your attention on Ekam Brahma Chidakasham Sarvatmakam Akhanditam. You just dwell on Chaitanya. Nama Rupatmaka Jagat will simply drop off. Will simply drop off. So thus, on Brahma, on Atma, all this superimposed Jagat may appear to be there, but your concern is that Brahma. On the surface of ocean, small waves, big waves, breakers, foam, spray, all this turbulence will be there. But below it is a huge column of undisturbed water. On this mass media, there is one Tamil song which has become favorite of all. Alai, 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 alai. If you scrutinize its meaning, it means same thing. Alai means waves. We are skimming on the surface in the realm of this wave, totally discarding the undisturbed mass of water, which is the real nature of ocean. So also, we are preoccupied so much in the Nama Rupatmaka Jagat, so we totally neglect to our detriment the Chaitanya Swarupa, Atma Brahma, Paramananda Swarupa, free from even the trace of sorrow. That's what we seek in life. Actually, that's what we are in reality. Discarding that, we run out of the world. You know that in Sanskrit, there is a phrase, Pindam Utsrajya Karam Ledhi. To a child, let us say, 4 or 5 years old, mother had churned the curds and made the fresh butter. Butter is very tasty to eat. And mother gave a ball of fresh butter to the child to eat. And this idiotic child dropped that ball of fresh butter in the sand and started licking the palm. Pindam, the ball of what here? Fresh butter. Utsrija, having dropped. Karam, and means palm. Lady, licked. You may say, no, we'll say, cha 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 cha. What a foolish thing is. Yes, we brand the child as foolish, but that is what we are doing 24/7. At least that mother had to give, see, mother had to prepare the fresh butter and give to the mother, child. Here, that is also not there. Your Swarupa, your real nature is what? Paramananda Swarupa. Totally free from sorrow. Pinda, ball of fresh butter. We discard, and that's what? Karam lady, little Vishaya, Vishaya Bhoga, Vishayananda, little tinsel of sense pleasure, we rejoice. You decide whether this is an exaggeration or actual thing that we do it. Because unless we ourselves discover this and get convinced about it, however amount of teaching, even by Bhagavan himself coming and teaching, doesn't work, will not work. See, so what I'm telling is, having taken to this much of Vedanta, a little alertness, a little effort, additional effort, and little seriousness of the pursuit is taken to, it can make what the dharti asman ka difference. Difference between the land and the sky. If this is taken seriously, right now here, we can discover the Paramananda Swarup. See now, this should convince us why Vairagya is necessary. It is not to deprive us of little pleasures here and there we get readily. Don't think Shastras or great masters are inimical to us, depriving our little joy here and there. No, sir. You are depriving yourself of limitless happiness, totally free from sorrow. Now you decide who is doing the wrong thing. So therefore, one should be a little more serious about his pursuit. Many of you may not like, this Swami is always like that. Vairagya, Vairagya, Vairagya. See, other speakers are there. They encourage you. They scientificize it. They bring psychotherapy and justify desires also. Desires and Vedanta, how nice it is. This Swami is useless. Always speaks of highlights the Vairagya, Vairagya. You decide yours. This is all because, They know not what is envisaged by Vedanta. What is the promise of the result that Vedanta has got for you? Little, some, all problem nowadays is what? Modernizing Vedanta, scientificizing Vedanta, managementizing Vedanta, psychotherapizing Vedanta. Because in their view, all these have got value. मोक्ष भिक्षा क्या है? जुना मामला है. Old thing. Means you have not discerned yet what problem is for which Vedanta is a solution. Some value is there for Vedanta, but you're still deprived of yourself what actually it can make you discover. Same thing is further explained with another illustration. Continue.
रेखोपरेखावलिता यथैका पीवरीशिला तथा त्रैलोक्यवलितं ब्रह्मैकमिह दृश्यताम्.
यथा एका पीवरीशिला रेखोपरेखावलिता तथा इह त्रैलोक्यवलितम् एकं ब्रह्म दृश्यता. यथा, just as, eka, one, pivari shila. Shila is a huge rock, big rock. Pivari, big, thick. Just a thick, big rock. Have you seen anywhere? Today, man is so cut off from the nature. And when say Pivari Shila, he has to go where? Hi Google, what is Pivari Shila? Can you show me? You know? सब एडवर्टाइज है, पूछो, पूछने से सब कुछ मिलेगा. किसको? गूगल को. Anyway, ask Google. See, on that rock, you should see that there are many lines crisscross, 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 because of this weather, onslaught of weather, etc. There are many crisscross lines, just for appearance. But that rock is what? Dense mass of homogeneous what? Stone. Is it not? Some exceptions may be there, some hollowness may be there. You know that I think Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was constructing the fort Sajjangarh. I think Sajjangarh must be. Was constructing that. So many laborers were involved. And Shivaji Maharaj was there personally supervising at one time. And we saw all these laborers working. He felt proud that, see how great king he is, that he could employ all these laborers and provide them their sustenance. This how is nourishing these people. Samarth Ramdas was nearby. He understood. In the normal course, he would not have bothered. But he is a king, and not ordinary king. A very qualified means able king. He said such arrogance, such ego should not be there in this king. So he said, he was just standing there. Yes, Shiva, ask someone to break this rock. A boulder was there, rock. Ramdas says, you called 2, 3, say, break it. When broken, what happened? From that rock, a frog jumped out. And there's a little pool of water also. Samadhi said, oh, Shiva, how great you are. So you are protecting, sustaining that frog in the rock also. If he was sustaining, Chhatrapati understood it. He apologized. Who sustains who? Ishvara. For Vyavahara, it may appear like parents sustain the children, like that it appears. But it is only as a trustees. Like children are entrusted to the parents by Bhagavan, so that they can be taken care of. But the real one who sustains not Bhagavan. I think in some language it is there. This Bhagavan is so busy, so he could not take care of children, therefore he created mothers. He created mothers to take care of the child. But it is entrusted to you as a trustee, but real one protector is who? Bhagavan Ishvara Tattva. So now here, a rock, when you see, it appears full of, I'll tell because many may not have seen the rock also, unless those who have do go for hiking. And if you are in Bombay, don't ask at all. Only Googles can help you. So, Pivarishila. And that is that how Pivarishila? Rekopareka Valita. Valita, covered by, or surrounded by Rekha, Uparekha. Rekha means lines. Uparekha means sublines, means short lines. Long lines and short lines. By crisscross lines. We have to take care. By crisscross lines. Crisscross lines. Valita is covered, surrounded. Tatha, in the same manner. Iha. Iha means in Jagat. In the Jagat. Trailokya Valitam Ekam Brahma Drishatam. Brahma Drishatam. See the Brahma. How it appears? Trailokya Valitam. Covered by 3 lokas, means 14 lokas. Chaturdasha Bhavanadi means entire Srishti. Means, do you pursue a Jagat or not? Yes or no? That perceptible Jagat has no existence apart from Brahma. Even you can think continuously, Sarvam Khaduidam Brahma. Sarvam Brahma. Presently, this is this, that is that, you, me, he, she, it, good, bad, all those things, labels. No, everything is Brahma, truth. This is not a brainwashing. This is truth. Other thing is false. Namarupas and all these different divisions are false. This is the truth. But we have landed in such a position, the truth appears to be false and false appears to be the truth. Lot of effort is required to set right our vision. So Trilokveta Brahma, Iha Drishyata. In and through this entire cosmos, Srishti, see one and the non-dual Brahma and Brahma. Anything you see is Brahma. Anything you hear is Brahma. Anything you smell is Brahma. Anything you touch is Brahma. Anything you taste is Brahma. Can you miss Brahma? But as far as we are concerned, whatever seen, heard, taste, touch, has got nama, rupas, different things. No two things are the same. Different things have different utilities and different capacity to give happiness and different capacity to give sorrows. Don't ask it all. That is our distorted vision. Set right your vision. If everything is Brahma, what you can accept and what you can discard. So that is how, again, it shows the necessity of Vairagyadi sadhana chatushtaya sampati. See, nowadays, in academics, for different learning, you need have bare minimum knowledge of certain things, is it not? Certain eligibility must be there. Likewise, to know our Swarupa in Vedanta, certain minimum eligibility is necessary. That is why they use the word adhikaritva, eligibility. If not to discard. There will be thrown to discard it. Of course, you can equip and again appear. Here also. Know for certain the importance of this Vairagyadi sadhana chatursampatti. Get convinced. And if you are truly convinced, no force in the world can take you away from it. Because you are not taken seriously, we don't bother about finding the truth of it. As a habit, some satsang, listen to Vedanta. It may be a good hobby, giving punya. But promised result will not be there. Why this Rubu is telling all this thing? My dear, hold your breath. There is no creation. You may scream. You may protest. You may discard. Just like you, on waking up from the dream, declare that the dream was not at all there, even though you had experienced it. Likewise, the Jagat can never come into real existence, though its seeming appearance is experienced by us. So based on some Shruti, this fact is going to be get revealed now. We'll see.
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणा सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ